Before rap, my last name was my lifestyle. And when I visualize success, it look like right
Neighborhood,
now.
what's happening with it, y'all? It's your boy, Neighborhood Nipsey Hussle, one of the Slauson boys, doing it big right now with Real Talk New York. No question. How I get started rapping, listening to the radio, feel me, like just loving hip hop, growing up in that shit, and feeling like I had a little something to say. What really made me start rapping is I was watching all the stars, and it wasn't no niggas from outside of town. Like it was New York being represented. It was down south. It was even being represented. It just wasn't no LA wasn't being represented. Snoop was representing Long Beach to the East Coast and the rest of the world. Long Beach is LA. It's the same thing, but in LA it's two totally different worlds. So what made me want to get started in this shit also was like my area wasn't being really spoken for. Not even just my area, but my whole side of town wasn't being spoken for. So I felt like, you know what I'm saying, mixed with the love I had for hip hop and how I was really like a fan and a student of that shit, I felt like nigga can come in here and make my lane. Probably when I was like 12, like I started like, first I used to write over other niggas' raps. Like I listened to like a Snoop album or a Dre album, you know what I'm saying, and I just take the flow and just write my own words to it though, but let's make the same beat, same rhythm and all that, just fill in different words. Then I, you know what I'm saying, I stopped doing that. I start searching for beats and fucking with different producers and all that and trying to make original music. That was probably like around the time I was 12, 13, like 6th grade, 7th grade type shit. Nigga was always trying to do something big. It was like trying to build a studio, trying to like, you know what I'm saying, go to any extent to get in the lab and work. Like a nigga been doing this since I was a young nigga. I probably would have been here sooner. I just got like caught up in the streets at a certain age on hood. Yeah, plenty times. Like, I mean, you know, this is the type of a goal that you like, you don't never get closer to it. I mean you do get closer to it, but it's just like one day you on this side of the line, the next day you on this side. And it's like it was years and years on this side, you know what I'm saying? But I knew where I was trying to get, and I knew that like the potential payoff for staying down with this shit was bigger than anything I could do in the streets, anything I could, you know what I'm saying, the shit I was doing to sustain myself didn't have the same long-term payoff. So it was just like I was balancing that against immediate money. Like, you know what I'm saying, I can get my little tools and fuels doing what I do, but I ain't never gonna be a millionaire. I ain't never gonna, you know what I'm saying, be able to really provide for my folks if I stick to the street shit. So, you know, a nigga start really just taking it serious and like not taking no for an answer. Like, that's just how that's the type of nigga I am. Once I really set myself on something, I feel like a sucker if I don't achieve it. Like, you know what I mean? If I make it known, this is what I'm pursuing, this is what I'm doing. If I don't get it, I feel like, you know, like a nigga lost, like I'm less of a nigga. It wasn't no one thing that led to me getting signed. It was more just, like I said, having that stay down, take no losses mentality. Cause we didn't damn near did it on every angle. We was independent. We printed up a CD on our own, street money out the trunk, printed up posters, put the posters up ourselves, all in the wrong hoods, hopping out late night, stapling posters on the corners, taking risks like that, running in shit, robbing shit to get money to pay for studio time, getting our own studio, having the police raid the studio and take all the equipment, being back to flat tapped and dusted and disgusted. And like I said, just staying down, not taking no for an answer. It just materialized, my nigga. I mean, you can expect, number one, an update. Anybody that's trying to figure out what's happening on the west side, what's going on in LA, you can expect an update first and foremost. Like I always say, a lot done changed since the Snoops and the Dre's and the Pacs was representing LA. You can expect some real music, my nigga. Like, I ain't doing too many dance records. All my music you can dance to, but I'm just making sincere records. I ain't aiming shit at the clubs. I ain't aiming shit at nothing else but you know what I'm saying, the realness in everybody. If you got some realness in you, a little bit or a lot, you're gonna relate to the music, no question. I'm just me, man. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to sell no image. I ain't trying to lie to nobody. I'm not lying to myself. I'm just keeping it A1 and 100. Like, I represent something that was real, something that is real, something that's really going on, and I'm speaking on it. So a lot of motherfuckers is kind of like representing their imagination in this rap shit and representing something that's like a figment of their or an item of their creativity. What I'm representing is something that's really going on and really exists. And if I ain't saying it, if I'm not speaking on it, you'll still hear about it, but you ain't gonna hear about it from one of us. You're gonna hear about it from ABC, CNN, the History Channel, Nightly News or one of them, but you know how they do it with us. They gonna put their spin on it and portray us in a light that's not 100% accurate. So to answer the question, what the difference is between me and every other artist, West Coast or East Coast, down south, whatever the case may be, it ain't no difference between me and everybody. It's the difference between me and the ones that ain't A1. The difference is my shit is A1. My shit is 100% sincere. Whether you feel it or not, that's based on the listener. But if you in it for that real, that like unbiased A1, like just 100% real shit, you gonna gravitate and feel my music, no question. I mean, I had stages. Like, my early childhood was alright, you know what I'm saying? Average young nigga growing up. By the time I was like probably like 4, 5 years old, my pops and my mama split. Obviously, whatever the case may be, I went with me and my brother. We grew up in the house with my mama, my granny, my uncle, me, my brother. And like, I ain't never lived nowhere else but in my hood. I grew up on 5th Avenue, 59th. I grew up on 60th and Rent Paul. I grew up in the fronts to the Overhills. Everything, Slauson always been 2 doors down from my house since I was a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? And my shit was better than some and worse than others. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna put no tens on to tell a sad story. We done seen it all where we come from. You feel me? So it is what it is, my nigga. My life really been a struggle though since day one. I ain't gonna say it like in a melancholy, sad state. Like, it ain't been just all tears, but it been a struggle, my nigga, like an uphill battle. Cause I wanted something different, and I knew that since an early age. Like, I wanted something different for myself and my loved ones. So my whole life been about making progress toward that. Whether it was risking my freedom to make my progress, or sitting in the studio making raps to try to make progress, I always knew I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be further ahead. So that's what it was about.